sector. Liberia and Egypt do also closely collaborate as it relates to security and intelligence. So we think that is good. We commend Egypt for that.
All right, let me say good morning to you. Good afternoon. Welcome to yet another edition of the Punch Breakfast Show. Sorry for us coming late this morning. The Transport Ministry is conducting or carrying out some inspection this morning. So we had a little tough time in getting here due to traffic and while other things. It was so difficult to get here. That's just the main issue because of the inspection. So, but it's better late than never. It's good to be here. Let me say good morning to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, those following us from the diaspora, those listening to the radio back home here in Liberia. Let me say good morning. Welcome to the Punch Breakfast Show. My name is Boakai Amara Kaman Predecita here for you this Monday morning. Today is the 22nd day of April, AD 2024. Yeah, AD 2024. Let me say good morning and welcome. So I have my colleague here with me, already. Harris, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Boakai, and good morning, Liberians. It is an honor to be on the show this morning. Like you rightly placed it, it was a very, very challenging one to get here, like you said. But howbeit we are out here, and that is because of Liberians. We have to be at this time throughout the challenges this morning. But thanks so kindly, and I hope we'll have a very, very, very good conversation this morning.
Okay, it's good to be here, like you said. This I don't know, some issue yet with this mic. Okay, sorry, we're trying to set up things there now. This morning. Okay, it's good. Like you said, we will be looking at what's the menu like this morning.
So we have a play jump pack at 8 o'clock this morning. The first studio chat segment, we will look at the intellectual property of Liberia. Mind you, the Liberia intellectual property will be our guest. The Deputy Director General at that institution, Honorable Clarence H. Cole, will join us on the conversation. A wide range of issues. Boakai. We're going to look at the intellectual property and its significance. Things you need to know about the Copyright Society of Liberia. Mind you now, there is this issue about copyright. Every time people hear about it, you don't know what it means. And I'm told as well that the 2024 Copyright and Book Day will be up this week between Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm yet to be corrected on that as well. So he will be with us this morning at 8 o'clock. A conversation we'll have up to 9 o'clock. Anthony T. Maxwell Grisby, the former commissioner of the Liberia Small Arms Commission, will be our guest. He is a legal luminary. We're going to talk more about legal issues. We're going to examine the President 100 days. We'll look at the operations of the Asset Recovery Task Force from the angle of the law now. We will also look at the 10-year appointment. Mind you, I'm told the Supreme Court on Wednesday of this week bring down the final ruling in that situation. So we're going to have, from his perspective, what are the issues and perhaps a predictable outcome of how the reading will be like on Wednesday. So he will be with us at 9 o'clock this morning, and we'll have a conversation up to 10 o'clock. Then we say goodbye to you.
All right. So before our first studio guest can arrive for the National County Sports Meet, the first round, the qualifying round, my county, Lofa County, yes, did qualify in yours.
My bomb.
Bommy County.
And I think about Baka
and Bommy is playing Lofa.
That's exactly what I was going for. Out of coincidence, Bommy will be playing Lofa.
Yeah.
It is a match unpredictable.
It's very easy to predict because
it is
Lofa be winning.
It is unpredictable because Bomi and Lofa are not matching counting me. Bomi is a supreme. I mean, Bomi is a superior for Lofa counting me. I mean, this is not something we should sugarcoat. I mean, I'm a two-time carrier. You just won it the first time. So we can't be counting me team that you want to disrespect Bomi for Lofa. In nowhere in the world of football would that happen. Again, maybe if you want to say current form, then we will have a conversation surrounding that. But even to that point,
but we're talking about past glory. We're not talking about past.
But even to that point,
we're talking about present.
The team you took to Margibi and qualified, I flogged that team in Tamanbra before you went Margibi. So it's no surprise to me. But again, we are careful. We know counting me is also counterized with politics. Also you want to talk about the fans' influence, and I'm just imagining. I'll share the conversation with someone. I said, on Sunday, if you see one purple jersey, you'll see about 50 or 20 green jerseys. So all these things still have influence.
All right, just know that.
No, but I'm saying it though. But I'm trusting the boys. From what I saw, the team I saw with Bommy, I'm confident that we will cross past Lofa.
Okay, so in Group A. The counties that qualify in Group A, River G and Grangida County qualify. Group B, Bomi and Bapolu qualify. Group C, Nimba and Riverses qualify. And in Group D, Lofa and Grandbasso qualify. So, the next round will be Bomi versus Lofa County. I'm trying to get a lineup here. So let me just go there. Sorry, I'm trying to get the entire feature on how things will be like on that day.
So I have it from this end.
Okay, go ahead.
The feature on Saturday, River G will meet Bone County in the first round of the quarterfinals. From there, Grangida will meet Nima. That's on Saturday.
Okay.
Then on Sunday, Bassa will take on Moserado, and subsequently, Bomi will take on Lofa to climb us the fixture. So Bassa and Moserado game is another one that you can just predict because Mayuna, Bassa, you want to look at how it's going to be like. Bassa is not that up to the task. I mean, in terms of their preparation for this year, that's something you can just take away. But again, like I said, especially one of the things we have observing constantly, at times from the group stages, the teams cannot be up to the expectation. But when they enter, I know SKD, it will be a whole different thing. So it is likely possible that the Barca we saw in Margibi could even be more than what we see at the Summer Canada Sports Complex.
Okay, so we just kind of updating you on things that will be happening at the Summer Canada Sports Complex, and we will bring you everything live here on Punch TV and Punch FM, and the match, like you said, between Moserado and Grand Bassa is gonna be
Yes.
So the match between Grand Bassa and Moserado is another match that we should look up for, because when Grand Bassa is playing Moserado, it's gonna be a match to decide on as a sport lover. So,
Of course. The match with I don't know. Okay, I'm good.
yeah.
The match with Grand Bassa.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the match with Grand Bassa and that of
Moserado
Moserado.
County.
It is Buckeye. It is one that you can just predict. Political influence. I'm just thinking how will Dow Dillon's be like, how will Nobly Kanga Lawrence be like, especially for Darius Dillon, right? The people, no, for Darius Dillon, the people of Moserado gave him the senatorial position. He's from Grand Bassa.
Yeah.
I'm thinking how will he fit in, in a situation like so. So I expect that he wears a jersey where one side is Green Bassa, one side is, Moserado and Kamat.
But I think he will.
The man is a senator of Moserado.
Yeah, but I think he will support Green Bassa.
How will you support Green Bassa? So you lead the people of Moserado languishing without hope? When people need to see that two senators,
but not sure he can support
Moserado and two senators present. Hey, Green Bassa needs senators. I think Nobly and that of Finley will be there for them. So likewise, Sir Joseph and Moserado need to be for Moserado County. So I'm thinking how it is.
So they don't have to decide.
He has to. He has to decide.
So yeah, we're just kind of spicing it up this morning. As we set up for our first set of guests this morning on the Punch Breakfast Show. It's a wonderful time. It's Monday. It's a brand new Monday morning. It's good to be here with you this morning. So the counties meet. They can on Sunday will be the real
all games. Most of the games in the final stages. I don't know why people play. I want to games.
Yeah.
And the thing about you're not matched to counter me. Almost all of the counters are in time. You're now compared.
I told you last time the counter was starting the first deal of our playing in Mankibi, and that's the time that counter me officially started.
I'll cross past Lofa. I'm confident.
You get home more than Jonah, my brother. All right, so can we?
Yeah, we have our guest. The first segment. Our guest is Jonas. This morning we're going to kickstart the conversation. Once you get him on the TV, we're going to move on now, folks. Like we announced earlier, we have with us the Deputy Director General at the Liberia Intellectual Property. He's responsible for copyrights, and so we have Mr. Clarence H. Kohas Jonas. So, good morning, and it feels good to have you on this busy Monday morning. Firstly, we must commend you to take up an hour of your time to join us on the conversation. It's always a pleasure having persons like you in the conversation. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and good morning to everyone listening. This happens to be my debut and I feel comfortable in your Kusin studio. Let me reach out to say good morning to everyone on our voice. Sorry for the quality of my voice. We are not the weather. But again, from the Liberia Intellectual Property Office, I bring you greetings. And I'm glad that I sit on this platform this morning.
Okay, we'll move on. Health-wise, how you doing? It's always important to ask our guest, especially your state of health.
We're good. Very good. Good in health. Yeah.
Okay.
So which country are you supporting?
I'm from Moserado. We had to send the children back home, from Cape Mount. And so it was kind of funny because I got a friend and she be like, "I'm going on the field." She called her Chelsea. When Cape Mount won the game before, we could send them home.
That's
the game I was waiting for. I said, "Okay, so let's go." So we went. She went on the field, and I was a little bit afraid. So I didn't go. But when Moserado took the lead, and I asked her, "Which part of the field are you?" I don't know. So, but I think the original owners of the county meet, will have to take charge.
Moserado.
I must say for the record that I was one of those I prayed that came who have qualified over Moserado. Let me be very honest with you. I prayed that whole night that came who have qualified over Moserado. But again, my expectations were dashed.
Why were you praying?
No, I'm from Western Liberia. I'm from Bombe. So if Bombe would have qualified, I'm saying I expected I came on to John Bombe.
No, to be,
I mean, I sort of doubt
to be real, the final will be between Lofa and Nima County. So yeah, Lofa,
Really?
yeah, Lofa and Nima will go to the final.
Really? Let's move on.
All right, so it's good to have you here this morning. How is the organization? How is the institution? And we are in the new administration, so we just want you to draft or through how things been like since President Boakai took over.
Boakai, it has been great. First thing, the Library Intellectual Property Office, and this name may now be a familiar name to our audience, but it is not an organization.
Yeah,
it is a government agency. In fact, we are semi-autonomous, meaning we are independently raising revenue for government. Howbeit, we have a board, and the Ministry of Commerce is on that board. So we were literally on a Congress. So that's how our workings go. At LAPO, we're doing great. That is the Library Intellectual Property Office. The agency has two departments. So you have the Director General, Honorable Gamna Kobwe, who is the head for the two departments. And I am the Deputy Director General for Copyright. I shoulder the responsibility of all copyright and related activities. And then you have the Department for Industrial. So we up to present, the president has not appointed the Deputy Director for Industrial. That has to do with trademarks, patent, industrial design. So that's a whole separate side by itself. So you have copyright, for which I'm seated here. We basically take care of those content or those rights that relates to literary work, that is book, novels. We also go as far as software development. So you find out that basically we cover the aspect that has to do with you using your intellect, your effort, and we believe that you must be protected. And if anyone wants to use that which came out of your intellect, you must be compensated. And so we move on to not only literary work, we also move on to music, where you have songs, you have video production, that is the scripts. You can also protect your scripts. Then we move on to photo. Photo, a specific way you took that photo, that angle, that measurement, that creativity you added in getting that particular. If it is unique and you are the original person of it, we can also protect it. Then we move on to that which we call the artistic aspect of it, dealing with sculpture, painting, even the blueprint of a house design, the architectural part, we also protect it as well. And so the fee of copyright in extension intellectual property is evolving every time. And so you will find out that we are even going further. Like last night I was doing some research, then I got to know that even those cartoons that is being made for gaming purposes, yes, there is some level of protection or intellectual property within it that needs to be protected. And so the Intellectual Property Office is at UN Draft. Many people don't know, it's in the old Labor Ministry building. And then what we kind of say to the audience is that it's important that you do your best to protect your work. Our administration, we have three key pillars that we are focusing on.
We're going to get at that point, but I was particular because over times we have followed the Library Intellectual Property had just been a name. Perhaps some would say just an institution situated, but being effective has been a very big problem. I'm concerned when you took over, as the Deputy Director for Copyright, and in general, the new administration headed by the Director General. I mean, as to what are the problems you guys met on ground? I mean, in terms of perhaps some will say the turning over notes, some will say the challenges, what exactly was pointed, what exactly was written by the past administration that was given to you, of which you'll be able to look through and say, okay, this is what we met on ground, and these are things we want to do.
Honestly, Harris, I would say this. The Library Intellectual Property Office has been in existence. They've been working. And I'm not going to sit on this platform and say our predecessor did not do their best. I think they did their best.
Okay.
But then there were challenges that they were faced with, which we have showed that as the current administration. And one of those challenges has to do with the issue of budgetary support. In order to see the Intellectual Property Office or the Copyright and the Industrial Department very effective, Broker, trust me, we need three things, and that's the pillar of our administration.
Okay.
Firstly, we need awareness.
All right.
Today, I sit on this platform. It is because I want others out there to know that this institution exists, and these are the responsibilities and function of that particular office. Secondly, we look towards capacity building, because before you have people effectively working, their capacity must be built. And specifically for copyright, our people, the content creators, capacity need to be built. Our staffs also capacity need to be built. Because we work with other interagencies, like for example, the Ministry of Justice for prosecution, the National Police for enforcement, we need to build their capacity because our is so unique. They need to know what is it we are looking for. So the prosecutors need to know what are those violations or what are those evidence they are looking for. Our judges need to know how do we proceed in a matter of intellectual property? So that procedures, those things that we're looking for, they need to know. And then it moves us to our SMEs for the industrial aspect. What are those things that they need to do to protect their products on the market? And so capacity building is one of the pillars in our three pillars. Then the third has to do with enforcement.
Okay.
We are there to enforce the Library Intellectual Property Act. It is our strength. We cannot do that when we do not have the support. Imagine we are understaffed due to low budgetary allotment. And that's why we are asking our lawmakers, because the budget is before them, let them see reason to visit the budget and look specifically at the Library Intellectual Property Office. Between me and you, we cannot run the entire country on less than even $500,000. The budget allotted to us is about 200,000 plus. How do we go about enforcing? I mean, it's kind of challenging. Now we get to understand why our predecessor could not do so much, because they were constrained. By this time, we should be in Ganta, we should be in Hapo, we should be in Banga, but the entire office cannot move from over. Even within Monserrato, we are not even exhausted the entire Monserrato. Why? Because of the constraint. And so I'm saying, yes, that is one of the major challenges we face, the issue of support, budgetary support. And then another one, which I have already spoken on, is the issue of awareness. Not much is known about the office. And so
low budgetary allocation. I'm thinking that this is a problem that it's going to take years to come. To just overcome. You want to talk about the low budgetary, because I believe even the awareness will only be achieved if you have the budgetary allotment to do so. So I'm seeing the math like an extremely difficult task for you guys.
Sure, it is. It is. I won't sit on this platform and say It is not. No, it is. And that's the reason why we are out here ensuring that people support you when they know why it is important to support you. That's the other part about it. Someone may have been saying, probably out of ignorance, but what the essence of us advocating much to intellectual property office, intellectual property. What is it? We don't need much, but let me say this. The Labrador Intellectual Property Office is raising revenue for government. We collect revenue, and I think because the budget is a projection, in order to avoid us having a budget shortfall, broker, government needs to, our lawmakers need to prioritize those revenue generating entity or arms. And I think if we can have even a medium, 1.5 million, trust me, imagine if we are ensuring that people in Ganta are paying revenue. I mean, we're collecting our royalties for them, and it's going directly to through LRA. And you got Harper, we are there ensuring, in addition to custom raising. Trust me, I can tell you for free that the Labrador Intellectual Property Office can raise even over 50 million annually.
Yeah, but the government too will be looking at we have allotted like 500,000, as you said.
No, I said. And imagine they have not been even able to give us the current amount is around 200,000.
200,000.
Very little. Here in operation cannot even carry that.
Okay, so how much are you guys bringing in? Because we have to know the income that you bring into the government.
So like I said, the limited work, the limited support costs us. We cannot be more robust because it is how robust we are in our enforcement that will cause people to come to compliance. So if we are not effective in awareness, we are not effective in enforcement, we cannot raise as per the ceiling. Last year we were able to raise with a ceiling of 20,000 they gave us, we were able to raise over 40,000. So I'm saying, imagine
the last budget was 20,000 to give.
Yeah, for us to raise, and we raised close to 40,000. And so imagine this administration, we are coming, and then we are taking over. There is this energy within us to do more, to get out there. But again, we started to realize that, and without no shame, we should be able to say for what it is. You cannot have the Labrador Intellectual Property Office, and you don't even have mobility. No mobile. How do we go and enforce? I mean, we do have the vision is there, like in the vision of the Director General, we want to digitalize the Labrador Intellectual Property Office, and so that you can sit anywhere and just one stop get your content registered, get your product protected. In addition to that, she's looking forward to us decentralizing the Labrador Intellectual Property Office, because you cannot have a person to leave from Ganta and comes to Moravia just to register their content or protect their product. So with a decentralized Labrador Intellectual Property Office, trust me, we're going to do a lot. But again, it goes back to the support coming.
Let's look at how is this thing being done in other countries. I mean, when we want to have a comparative analysis about how is it done like in other countries that those the citizens of that country are benefiting from as compared to the way it is now. Because I'm saying if a person decides to be a member of or I'm saying perhaps to register their trademark or whatever content with the institution, they will first look at what is tend to benefit. I mean,
so many things.
I mean, what becomes the direct benefit?
So many things. So let me start with the industrial aspect and end up with my end. So if for any reason you are a Liberian and you brought up this invention, this idea that is new, no one around the world knows it, right? And then you happens to patent it and will protect it. It means if anyone wants to use that particular idea or invention, they have to get the permission from you. And the reason why it is important is because Liberia is a signatory to our convention. So you got the Madrid Treaty, you got the Lisbon Treaty as well. And so you find out that all those protocols that we are members of protects you. So if another person, for example, in Nigeria wants to use that your product or produce similar product with that particular design, they will be barred from using your design, even though they want to put a different name on it, because why? We are member of the protocol. So you stand to benefit a larger extent beyond Liberia. You stand to benefit on the international market because your brand is protected there.